Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today's seminar topic is restoring urban ecosystem. I am Professor Abdullah Yasser from C Center, GC University. If you find some cost, then I will have to pay that cost. Now I have taken these three main issues of the urban areas of Pakistan. This is Lahore, Karachi, Faisalabad, and all other Gujranwala and Multan. That's the rapidly lowering of the water table, drinking groundwater availability and quality, flooding, and rainwater, water contamination, and risks for communities. Slide from 2005 2008, in which we can see a very small area, which shows that the water table is within the 100-meter depth. So, while during the over-exploitation of this drinking water, this groundwater, story is in 2015 that you can see the orange areas have been expanded almost 10 folds. That shows that the areas are having water more than 20 meters. Now, if we projection for 2025, you can see almost 50% to 60% of the area is more than without water table. So almost we have 3 to 4 feet downing annually our water table in the. What will be the result? Area and the gray area is the populated area of the from the rival city side. What happens? Despite strict laws, LDA has not been successful in enforcing and implementing groundwater regulatory laws that is issued on it. Despite looming groundwater crisis, LDA has not notified any areas where groundwater abstraction should be restricted. WASA is not financially sustainable organization. Their budget deficit is 2,200 million. Weak institutions do not have the capacity to enforce laws to protect water quality and quantity. EPA has also failed so far to manage the pollution. If the institutions are not strengthened, water and wastewater challenges will further increase. And this is another challenge, that is the urban flooding during heavy rains. These are the pictures from Karachi and Lahore. And what are the consequences? Incidents in a single day in Karachi. Exports consignments were being blocked. Most areas were submerged by rainwater. The city remained helpless. The flooding damaged hundreds of vehicles and property. The people remained without food, water, and other essential items. Schools in the area dated and standard. Residents were housed in the buildings. Due to power outage, the rescue services were affected. The rainwater entered the control rooms and city remained without electricity. Severe traffic jams across the city. Pakistan Army engineers were engaged in shifting people to safer places. These were the conditions in Karachi at the day. And what is low-cost solution? It's just covering the green belts and the available green areas. No flooding by simply lowering roadside green belts. If you go across the canal bank, the road outside the Punjab University, you will never see any flooding because you have down green belts on the both sides. While the new Shaukat Ali road, you will see flooding because the green belt, the wider green belt, is above 6 inches to 1 feet of the roadside level. So if you just lower down the road, the green belts level, there will be no flooding. If we have 200 millimeter once in a year of 100 millimeter rainfall, that means it's simply 4 inches or 6 cannot cause the flooding. If we engage this water in all housing societies of posh areas, of the high elevation areas, then we can trap this water flowing to the lower areas. So there will be no flooding in any area, and it does not cost, rather it saves the cost. Because filling the down area of the green belt will have some cost, and if we load down this green belt by 2 to 3 feet, there will be no flooding on the roadsides. And these pictures are from Lahore. This is the green belt in Lahore, on the road, across the canal, which have been lowered down and which accommodate all that water. Now, if we have some impermeable areas like our new campus at Kalashikar, there is a zero permeability. So we can have water collection in the green belts, and then we can have an infiltration galleries of socket pits to get water to the saturated layers underneath the soil. So this water can be used on when it is demanded. Another challenge of these urban areas of Punjab and Pakistan are the black water drains which are contaminating the water. These drains are running in front of the major parts of the Lahore or within the major parts of the Lahore. What they cause drinking water is contaminated with heavy metals in many areas of the Lahore, where it leads with serious consequences for consumers, for growers, miners, okra, pumpkin, turnip, and eggplants sold in the Lahore market were also found to be contaminated with the heavy metals. Pollution in Ravi damage to animal life. A direct economic import is the loss of fisheries catches, which affects income and have nutritional and health impacts on the consumers. Contamination of river Ravi is a major threat to the ecosystem. We conducted a study to have a low cost treatment for these wastewater, this sewage water running in the drains of the city of Lahore. And as you is in the hands of the ecosystem and the facilities for the communities, and the populations have been grown to 12 million almost, and the area is more than 4. So we selected the parks, the racecourse park, and the Laris Garden for the treatment and reuse of water within these parks. This is some snaps from the Laris Garden. And these are snaps from the racecourse park. Drains flowing through this park. The main gate of this park. So, if we divert these waters which are flowing through this park or in front of the main gates from the gravity, and we can treat them through the oxidation ponds. Okay, so this could be the oxidation ponds, different configurations of classification of oxidation ponds, a constructed small wetland with the beautiful flowers, floating flowers. So this will there will be no operational cost, there will be no maintenance cost. One successful treatment plant we have in Jaweria, Faisalabad, which was installed by the JICA 30 years ago, and it is still working without spending single penny on the maintenance cost. These are the oxidation ponds, 150 to 150 acres of the land, and rather is for a million for the Wasa Faisalabad because all the given to the tenants. This is the treatment efficiency of these oxidation ponds during winters and summers, more than 90% during the summers and more than 70% during the winters for different physical, organic, and phosphorus and creatine organisms. This could be the reuse of this treated water within the city, and what could be the treatment reuse for the peri-urban agriculture, which provides the fresh vegetables and all that benefits of this agriculture, conservation, and more rational allocation of freshwater resources, particularly in urban areas and water stress, avoidance of huge requirements for artificial fertilizer and associated reduction in industrial discharge and expenditure, soil conservation, better nutrition, and food security for many households. And other reuse can environmental enhancement as well. And is the population of the natural artificial streams, fountains, and ponds in metropolitan areas, urbanization, and the resulting increase in the surface area coverage of the buildings and pavements water retention capacity. Addition, stormwater is rapidly drained and discharged to the river, leaving little water. And what can happen? Public benefits are aesthetic enjoyment, support for the ecosystem recovery, restoration of our nalas and streams, aquatic life, the fish, the plant, the black water carrying drains, and the ecological corridors. We can build up the ecological corridors in the urban areas within the cities. So we have one major option is the groundwater recharge after treatment of this water, and this is badly needed for the city of Lahore and Faisalabad and Karachi. Karachi don't have any water table within the city, and we are facing a problem of lowering of water table, rapid lowering, and Faisalabad facing a problem of saline water within the city. So if we recharge our groundwater, we can avoid the inclusion of saline water in the city of Lahore. We can even equalize the exploitation of water, the downing of water table with the recharge. In Punjab, we are blessed with such area within the Rachna Doab and Satluj and Chenab, these rivers, Ravi, Chenab and Satluj and Chenab. The main area is more than 50 million acres of land, which is annually recharged and the farmers use this water free of cost. There are three options for the recharge of this groundwater. Just if we want to recharge without treatment, we can use the recharge basins, and the underneath soil strata will filter this all that contaminants. If we have a constraint of land available, so we can use a Beddoes zone through a vertical well, we can recharge our groundwater. And if we have a treated water, then we can have a direct injection into the aquifers, confined aquifers for the further use. What are the benefits? We need no land. Recently, Vasa has developed a project of a concrete ponds underneath ponds, and this is not a solution because it has an initial cost, and it requires a maintenance. So we cannot use this water. This will be a source of mosquitoes and the dengue mosquitoes and other. This will require us treatment for before use. But if we recharge the groundwater, there is no requirement of the land, and there will be no evaporation. There will be no secondary contamination by the animals. There will be no algal blooms, and it will have no maintenance cost, or it will have no initial cost. If we compare these treatments, and if we have a flow of water under gravity, then oxidation ponds and the wetlands, the cost of operation and initial cost will be zero as compared to the other costs. And just under the steady parts, if we can see the racecourse park and the last garden, we can save 3 million and 4.5 million of the annual electricity bills, other than millions of meters cubes of sweet drinkable water. If we reuse this water after and also we can save the fertilizers, artificial fertilizers, urea, DAP, NPK, with a cost of more than 150,000 rupees. And this we have published in the journal. So these simple solutions, just implemented by the regulators, can contribute in the restoration